Hey Warriors, AC.
BB.
So today we have a very interesting topic that we want to discuss, and it's one that we feel that we need to share our thoughts on it, since we're like warrior spirit, and it involves more than just training. It involves real life. Like all that we do on the channel revolves around that topic. So before we get started, let's go for a little warm up. It's a bit cold outside. We're going to stretch.
A little bit training also, and we'll be back for the main topics.
Let's go.
Go.
Luxury Beats. Luxury Beats.
Hey guys, so we're back from the training. Okay, we hope you enjoyed it. It really motivated us to do this video. So the topic at hand is the best tips to win any street fight. Okay, so there's a lot to cover here, so let's get right into it.
Give me your money.
No. First tip, avoid the fight. The best way to win a street fight is not having a street fight. Pretty obvious. So fighting in the street, it doesn't help anybody. There's like bad consequences for everybody. If you lose, you're obviously damaged. You need to go to the hospital or whatever. If you win, there could be problem with the police and stuff. So you really don't want to get into that. So the best ways, for example, like if you bump into a guy or whatever, like let's say you hit someone's car by accident or whatever, like not like destroy the car or whatever, but you know, just hit the car and the guy gets out, he's all pissed, no. Instead of being pissed as well and just continuing the hatred and the conflict, you know, just be cool, be sorry man, look, it was an accident, I'm very sorry, let's talk it out, you know, there's no need for violence for anything, let's just talk it out, you know, try to calm the situation, don't make it even worse, don't be oil on the fire, you know what I mean?
Yeah, be the leader, like stay calm, and also like he said, if you have a conflict, like you bump into the car, it's better to stay calm. But if you know you walk in a little street and you see like people are a bit like gangster, you know, thug, looking at you, and you look so afraid, they will be more likely to want to fight, because the instinct of like a predator is when the prey run, you know, you run after it. So if you show like you are afraid, you will be more likely to them to fight you. So try to stay confident also, or to look confident and cool.
Yeah, confidence is the key, because like he said, if you look scared, you know, you look a bit unconfident, the guys will see it, and if they want to pick on you, they will do it if they think you're a prey. That's the thing, don't be a prey. For tip number 2, it's a follow-up to tip number 1 if it doesn't work, so it's fighting. So if the guy really doesn't want to talk it out or calm down, you don't want to get like beaten up, right? So you gotta fight. So if it's not that bad, so let's say like if you're at the bar and the guy, like, I don't know, you bump into him or whatever, he's drunk and he's getting pissed, you try to calm him down, he doesn't want to calm down, maybe it even makes him even angrier or whatever, and he comes at you. So what we need to do is use grappling techniques. Now, grappling techniques are better than striking for this situation because it's less damageable. So, you know, you won't do as much lethal damage on the guy as striking would, you know. So you can take him, get him into a lock, get him into a chokehold, you know, get control of him, make sure he stops moving. You're like, okay man, look, stop, there's no need for this, calm down, you know, go take a seat, there's no need for fighting, man, just calm down. You have him in the lock, so it works very well. But if the guy is very strong or whatever and he does, the grappling techniques don't work on him, well, once again, you want to end up beaten, so you just go for striking. Then for striking, once again, you got to be careful, because you don't want to make too much damage on the guy, because you know you could get in trouble with the law or whatever. You don't want to you don't want to kill the guy, you know. So you know, go for like maybe a little like punch in the stomach, you know, maybe one in the head to like calm him down, you know, put him out or whatever. But again, be very careful with that. Also, another tip for the striking, you should go like maybe kicks, you know, palm strikes, knees, elbows. Try to avoid your hands, because your hands are very fragile. They're made of very small bones, so it is more likely to break on impact than your other body parts. Like, it's the reason why boxers, MMA fighters, Muay Thai, whatever, they have like big wraps and gloves, because it's very a fragile part of your body.
Yeah, so I just want to add, if you have to use your hand, we suggest you use the palms. It's more tough. And also, if you have striking, you know, you want to keep it cool. You don't want to make a lot of damage. So one I can suggest you, it's also use the kicks, you know. You stay far from the person, you kick, and you have a certain distance, so the person don't come at you very aggressively, you know. You have a little bit more control and more space, so keep a distance. Or if it has to be very near, the person is very near, I suggest you use elbow, because it's very a quick movement and also very powerful, and to do it with a surprise. If you have to come to this point, like surprise him and boom, just an elbow and run, or if he's more quick than you, continue the fight.
guys, so step number 3, it's a bit like step number 2, but it's critical now. So you can't calm the guy, get him into a chokehold and just keeping him there, controlling him. That's not gonna work. The guy wants to fight, he's serious, and there's no stopping him. So if you're on the street, he wants to rob you or do you lethal damage, that type of situation. So now you have to fight like your life depends on it, because it does. It's die or survive. So all the illegal strikes in MMA that you see, go all in. Like the famous knee strike there, very lethal. Again, like we said in step 2, all the joints of the body, elbows, knees, neck, eyes, groin area, all of those go in. Kick in the groin, that stops him. Strike him in the temple here, that knocks him too.
The eyes, sensible point, you can like stop.
Yeah.
And also the neck with a small area like this, explosive. Very
Yeah,
effective.
a lot of pressure, very damaging. Again, you want to survive. You want to win this fight no matter what cost, because you could die. So you go all in. Also, another way to win the fight, like we said on step 1, if you don't fight, you win. Because you want to be safe. You want to be healthy. You don't want to be damaged. So there's no shame in running away. You won. And then let's say that there's a group and you're alone, you're outnumbered. Once again, run. Don't try to fight. You're not in a movie. Yeah, parkour. Run your way away. You're not in a movie. You're not gonna win this. Then another situation that you could be in, you're in a group with friends and you stumble across another group of people and there's like a big brawl or whatever. In that situation, I'd say this: don't get on the ground. Whether you're on top or of course if you're in a submission, that's not good. But if you take a guy down, it's bad for you, because the others around, they could come stomp you or whatever. Bad for you. Alright guys, so step number 4, if the aggressor has a weapon, what do you do? So let's say he has a knife, okay, or a stick, something like that he cannot like throw from a distance or whatever. The best thing we could suggest is, again, run. There's no shame in it. But if you are very confident, like if you're very skilled for disarming a knife, by the way guys, we have a video on that we did a while back. Check it out in the description. It's very interesting tips to disarm a guy with a knife. But in real life, it's not that easy. If you're scared, if you're not if you doubt yourself a bit, just run. Because if you get stabbed or whatever, it's very bad news for you. But if you are confident, you practice, you have the good skills for it, go ahead, disarm him. It's gonna be the best outcome. But if you cannot, just run. Then if the enemy has like a gun or whatever, now this is a bit tricky. Let's say that he comes to you at this distance, let's say, okay, he's pointing the gun like this or like that or whatever. If you're very good, like very, very good, you're fast enough and you have the skills for it and the confidence, you can go and disarm, okay? But if you cannot, well, we would say run, but you run away, he's gonna shoot you. It's not that good.
Just do what he said.
Yeah, do what he says, and if he's like at a distance like this, just do what he says. You're going to spare your life.
But if I just have an idea, if the guy like you do what he said, and you see in his eyes that like his attention just he's not attentive just for 1 second, boom, it's the time to act. I just think about that if you have to survive.
True, yeah, because I was thinking about this too, because I wonder, like, I've never been in a street fight with a guy that has a gun against me, so I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking like, I don't think the guy wants to kill you. We're not like born instinct killers, so he has doubts too. He has a gun, he thinks it's an advantage, but I think he's scared too, he's not gonna just fire rounds in you. Maybe I'm wrong, but if the guy doubts himself, maybe you can talk it out, whatever, or disarm him or whatever, maybe that could work. But again, don't take any chances. It's your life. Your life is at stake here. The same thing goes for the knife guy, but we talked about that in the tour, so Alright, guys, so this was the best tips to win any street fight. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope that they will serve you or not. You know, like once again, that's a situation you don't want to be in. So we hope that they never happens when you have to use them. But if you do, we hope that they will be useful to you. Anyway, so AC out.
PV out.